If you heard the word Freytag's analysis or Freytag's pyramid, you might think you've never heard of it, when in reality, you've already learned it, since it is taught in schools all over the country. Freytag's analysis is a modification on the dramatic plot structure created by Aristotle. Gustav Freytag, a German writer and playwright, modified it to specifically describe five-act plays, but it can be applied to almost any dramatic arc in Western literature. The parts go like this: exposition, inciting moment, rising action, climax, falling action, and denouement or resolution. In order to better understand the structure, we will apply it to one of the most important dramas in human history, the Itsy Bitsy Spider. The exposition gives you the setting, characters, basic conflict, and the mood of the story. At the beginning of the song, we are introduced to the spider, the waterspout, the spider attempting to climb the waterspout, and we could say that the mood is aspirational. The rising action complicates the story by presenting obstacles, which in our case is when it starts to rain. The climax is the turning point in the story that can be for better or for worse for the character. For the Itsy Bitsy Spider, it is for the worse, since the rain washed the spider out of the spout. The falling action shows that the climax is over and that the resolution is coming. In the Itsy Bitsy Spider, the falling action is when the sun comes out again and dries up all the rain. The resolution, or denouement, is when the conflict is over and the protagonist either fails or succeeds. It creates catharsis, which is when the tension of the story finally loosens. The resolution can be found when the spider decides to climb the spout again. But here's where it gets a little bit complicated. Technically, the end of the Itsy Bitsy Spider doesn't have a resolution since it took us back to the beginning of the story. So I lied. Sue me. A lot of modern dramas don't have a resolution. In Shakespeare, the drama is resolved either through a marriage if it's a comedy, or by death if it's a tragedy. But the spider doesn't die and the spider doesn't get married. So by a process of elimination, the Itsy Bitsy Spider is a modern drama. The structure can get slightly more complicated. An inciting moment is the moment that leads to the main conflict of the story. Think Frodo deciding to go on his quest, or in our case, the spider deciding to climb the waterspout. Sometimes, before the resolution, there is a final moment of suspense, where the final outcome is doubted. Will the spider drown? Will it live? Will it become a ghost spider and haunt the spout for the rest of eternity? We all know it lived, but for a moment, before the sun came out, the spider's life was in question. To recap, Freytag's analysis was a modification of Aristotle's dramatic plot. It has 5 parts and creates a sort of pyramid shape. And finally, the Itsy Bitsy Spider is the most important modern drama of our time.